I'm so excited to be spending this time with you guys. Today, we are going to be talking about some Instagram updates for 2024. And I think this is going to be really insightful and also solve a lot of those questions that you guys have had around, what's going on with reach, what's going on with the algorithm. As you guys know from, you know, hanging out with me for a while, we definitely need to be experimenting on a regular basis. So, trying longer captions, trying shorter captions, trying carousels, try putting the caption in the reel, all of that stuff. But you are going to walk away today with knowing the latest with Instagram captions in 2024. I'm going to share a study with you. And then I'm also going to give you 5 post ideas for April and tell you how I would put these posts together if I were you. Okay, so if you don't know me, I am Ren Lopa. I am the creator of the Successful Hairstylist community and podcast. And I'm also the creator of the high level hairstylist mastermind, the luxury client method, where hairstylists are booking 4+ clients, like high paying, loyal clients every single week throughout any economic climate. Okay. Like one of my students, Alyssa, just had her absolute best week ever in February, right? A traditionally slow season. So I'm so happy that you're here and that we get to hang out. Good job showing up for yourself today and putting some energy and effort into building your business. Please remember that learning is one thing. It is sometimes the funnest thing, and it's good to put your energy into learning. But the most important part is always in taking the action. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump in. So there is a popular website that basically collects tons of data and market research all over the internet. And it's called Social Media Examiner. And they recently did a study about Instagram caption length in 2024. Okay. This was just conducted in February. So this is like hot off the press. And what they discovered is that reach and people following through on your call to action. So if you're like, visit the link in my bio or comment or tag a friend, like this post, follow for more, right? So whenever you're giving people that next step, that call to actions are actually working better with this trick. So what we want to do is we actually want to take the information that we would share in a long caption and put it into a carousel. So this is what the data is showing is the most successful way to be sharing information. So essentially, it isn't just don't do long captions anymore. It's about moving that caption information into your post. Why did we ever start doing long captions in the first place, right? We like long captions because they're information. They allow your audience to really get to know you. They allow you to really show your expertise and knowledge to the people that are around you so that they can actually trust you and then start booking appointments with you. It is so important to have a way to connect and share information with your audience. So when it says, no more long captions, what I don't want you to hear is no more teaching, no more tips, no more sharing of information. What we're doing instead is we are moving our information into multiple slide carousels. Now, I can tell you from experience that carousels on my page, which I'm an international brand, so what is going to work for me won't always work local, but I can say that even as an international brand, the carousels tend to perform the best with getting actual followers, getting actual sales, and new clients, right? So there is a place for content. Like every different piece of content plays a role. Reels are typically going to be the content that is going to get you in front of new people, get your name out there, raise awareness about who you are, and have people seeing you and hearing you. Where carousels might be the content that actually gets people to hit follow, that actually gets people to start engaging with you and everything like that. Okay, so I put together 5 posts for you for April, and these posts are coming right out of my 528 Instagram captions for hairstylist guide. Now, all of the details to pick up your own version of this is in the show notes or the details below this video, however you're consuming this. And what is awesome about this is that it is literally full of captions, so that, well, now I want to say full of post ideas, since it's not all about captions, but you guys get the concept. And so essentially what this means is that you are never going to be sitting there wondering what to post. It is all here. You don't need a subscription to someone telling you what to post, because you already have all of the ideas here. And what I really like is that I give this to you in a PDF form. And so what you can actually do is then use these as a jumping point to start brain dumping all of your ideas, your experiences with your clients, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and jump into the 5 posts that I have for you. Okay, so like I said, we are going to take the research and apply it to these posts. So we are going to do some of these posts as carousels, okay? Other ones might be a talking story, other ones might be a talking reel, but we're just going to play with these and see which posts and which content do the best for us. Now, these posts are all about building trust with your audience and also showing people your skill level and getting them to ultimately book appointments with you. Like, that's the point of everything we're doing, right? Okay, so the first carousel that I would like for you to put together for April is going to be common mistakes people make when blow drying their hair. Okay, common mistakes people make when blow drying their hair. And that could literally be that first screen or that first slide, right? That pulls someone in and makes them want to start reading through all of your tips. You could also say you're blow drying your hair wrong. You could also say, ways that blow drying is ruining your hair. Like, you could make it, expert blow drying tips from a hairstylist. Like, you can put your own spin on what you want kind of that hook to be. But then, so that'll be the first slide. Then you can have a slide with just a brief thing about how, blow drying is a common practice, passed down usually from one mother to the next, right? To her child. Like, most of us learn how to blow dry our hair from our moms. So you can just do a brief little thing. And then you're going to share the common mistakes that you see. So whether that's trying to go right in when your hair is sopping wet, whether it's not sectioning, not using a heat protectant, using your blow dryer too hot, blow drying your hair in the bathroom after you just took a shower and it's super humid. Like, these are really important things that the everyday woman doesn't know. And that's something really important for me to just remind you, is that we've been in the industry, many of us, over a decade. These things that about blow drying, we're going to talk about, how we apply products to our hair. These things are second nature to us. Like, we've been doing them for so long. We've been doing them well. We've been teaching people how to do them for so long that we can actually forget all of the complexity that happens when the everyday woman who has only been taught by her mother, right? All the complexity that comes in with doing it right. I know that in our industry, there can be a love-hate relationship with YouTube and with influencers who aren't from our industry trying to teach these things. But in my opinion, that is even more cause, even more motivation for you to show up as an amazing hairstylist and teach these things to your clients on a regular basis, okay? So that is going to be your carousel. On the very last slide, you could do a variety of things. It could say, DM me the word hair to book your appointment. It could be tag a local friend who needs to hear this. It could be leave a heart if any of these surprised you. But we want to have a last slide that does tell them to do something. Maybe it's just save it for later, follow for more hair tips, something like that, okay? So that is going to be post number 1, okay? We're going to do it in a carousel. Now, post number 2 is going to be different, right? So we had tips. We are going to do another tip. But now this next post, we're actually going to let people get to know us a little bit and get to know what we stand for. as we have, gone through the past 5 years, especially, consumer behavior has changed. People want to buy services and they want to buy products from people that they align with values, with people that they feel like they know, right? Like there's an old saying that's like, people don't buy services, they buy you. So we want to be sure that we're not forgetting to kind of show who we are on a regular basis. So this post, like I said, you could do this as a talking story. You could do it as a couple, like a reel, where then you do just a couple points. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want to. But this post is this: make a post about what you believe about the current beauty standards and why. Like, what do you see with the current beauty standards that maybe you like? What do you see with the current beauty standards that you think are outdated, that need to change? Now, some examples of this, which, by the way, if you hear ideas and you're like, yeah, but what does that mean? Google is free, y'all. Chat GPT is free. Like, get in there, take a look around at what pops up to give you some ideas. But just to give you some concepts to think about, I want you to think about like obsession with youth, right? Anti-aging culture, really the plastic surgery movement and how accessible now Botox and fillers are to everyone. You could think about like filters, making it more commonplace to change ourselves for our public image. Beauty standards, even how feminine women are expected to show up, or how masculine women are expected to show up in different environments, right? Having long hair equating to, the perfect beauty, having, thinness and all of that stuff. There's a ton of different things that you could touch on, again, as in-depth or not as you want to. But this is a great time to just kind of put your best foot forward and attract the kind of clients who are really going to align with you. Okay, so this next post is all about kind of demystifying a little bit of our industry. And I think that this post, it would really help someone who might feel intimidated about trying a new stylist feel more comfortable, because what we're going to do is we're literally just going to think of all the reasons people don't go to a new hairstylist, and we're just going to call them out, right? I think the most successful posts that get put out there to convert people into clients or to make sales is when we just take their objections and literally address them head on. It's also very refreshing because I feel like a lot of times people feel like we're trying to avoid the objections. We're trying to, distract from their objections. But like when we have that confidence to just be like, yeah, you don't want to go to a new hairstylist because you don't know, if they can even do your hair or whatever, right? If we just talk about that and then address how we show up for that, it immediately is so refreshing and makes people ready to take that next step versus like waiting to book with you. So this post is: what false beliefs keep people from trying a new hairstylist? Okay. So again, this could be a story series you do. This could be another carousel. This could be a reel, whether it's with your face talking or just looking at your studio and be like, false beliefs about trying a new hairstylist. And then you can just list them out, right? We want to show people that, number one, feeling nervous about going to a new hairstylist is very normal, right? When we can normalize things like that, it really takes the strength out of them and it makes it more common to where people aren't going to take it as seriously. They're just not going to, right? They're going to be like, oh, that's really normal what I'm feeling. So let me just get over it and go ahead and go in. Okay, this next post you guys can have a lot of fun with. It is: what industry terms tend to confuse people and how can you explain them in a way that's really easy to understand? Okay, so For example, if this was a carousel, that first slide could be confusing hair terms explained by your hairstylist, right? Explained by a hairstylist, and then you could actually talk about them. So if it's balayage, you could explain that balayage is a technique, it's not an end result, right? So a lot of people think balayage is this end result where it's just a method of applying lightener. So you could request a balayage end result and get it with foils, get it with a tons of different, methods to actually reach it. But help people kind of demystify this. Same with, professional products. Are organic products really organic? Like you could really go in so many directions for this. Okay, so the very last post, this is post number 5, to post in April to get new clients, build trust with your following, and hopefully get some new local followers. This is common mistakes people don't know they're making when it comes to applying products. Okay, again, we have been applying hair products to our own hair for a lifetime, but professionally over a decade. We've been applying products to our clients on a day in and day out basis. We know how it works. We know what to do when, like, we can tell when we don't have enough product in the hair. We can tell when we've overdone the product in the hair. So people really need a guide. The everyday woman doesn't really know how much and everything like that. When I was behind the chair, I can tell you 99% of my clients were not using enough of the product to get the benefit of the product. So they would come in maybe frustrated or just thinking that that styling product didn't work for them, that, root lifter didn't actually give them volume. Meanwhile, I had to really go over exactly how much, how close to spray, right? Like they might be back here doing 3 or 4 pumps. We know it needs to be like, much closer. Like there's a big variety here with hairspray. Just think about it. If you want the long lasting of a high hold hairspray, but still touchable, spray it on your brush and brush it into your hair. Like there are so many different things that we kind of know that other people don't know. So I think that common mistakes people don't know they're making when it comes to applying products. Super fun thing you could do. Again, it could be a reel, a carousel, anything like that. So I hope that this training has been really helpful for y'all. My goal always is to really empower you so that you can show up confidently. There's never been a better time to build a clientele and make a ton of money as a hairstylist. It is such a beautiful industry with so much potential. We just have to confidently know how to show up as a CEO, how to show up as a marketing director, how to show up, an accountant, the cleaning lady, all of that stuff. But it's so, so important. And I hope that this has given you the opportunity to plan out some of your social media for the next month. As you're posting these things, don't forget to tag me or jump into my DMs and let me know how these posts did for you. What could you have done, differently? What surprised you about them? And we can just kind of talk about it. I'd love to see you guys getting out there and trying something new and then tracking your results, seeing what happens. So come and find me on Instagram. It's at Ren Lopa Official. Again, if you want to grab 528 Instagram captions or posts for hairstylists, grab the link below and I will see you all next week. Thank you.